that we feel stand out from the rest. With that being said, I'm your host, that Ocean Clausen, straight up book, flight catching, shot glass snatching, does it put for the passion, never to be famous, coming to you live from the City of Angels, no cap, straight facts, the worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. No, you see, we have a special woman here tonight, a special guest. She is based in California. And let me tell you, but this woman has hella energy. I firsthand Arts Las Vegas for their Monster Mania show. Everybody, welcome to the show. Of you hear me?
Hello.
With we'll try our best to go through it. Hey, Wendy, how's it going?
Good. How about you?
Great, great, great. For those of y'all watching and listening, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. StreamYard, our service, the service that we normally use, actually we it's actually we you your computer or your phone. So I normally, it on my phone, but for some reason my phone is on the first. I think port is broken. So now, I'm using it on my laptop, which is kind of awkward because I'm in this awkward position. So bear with us. We apologize. But Wendy, I just gotta say, it's a pleasure having you on here. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this for us. How's everything in your neck of the woods?
Everything's going good so far. Doing the usual, just working hard, watching wrestling, and if there's any shows coming soon, then I will try to make it.
Okay. Well, I don't know how far you live from Sacramento, more specifically Elks Lodge, but there's actually SPW, Supreme Pro Wrestling, which is going on tomorrow. So I know it's in NorCal. I believe you're in SoCal, but if you can make that
Yeah,
trip somehow,
it's in North
you'll
Cal.
definitely be
Well, yeah, it's hard
um,
to like not attend
so
all
a lot
shows,
of our
and yeah, and
guests
I get it,
get
but
that on the
like I
show.
just do what I can, basically.
Yeah. So normally, I normally ask, most of our guests like this question: how did you become a fan of professional wrestling? Like, what was the match or the main event that you saw that got you hooked?
The moment that wrestling captured me is when I was 10 years old and I saw my brother, my second oldest brother, Victor, watching Friday Night SmackDown. And I remember the first thing I remember watching Friday Night SmackDown was the Silver Fist. As you know, they have above the entrances in the past, and I saw all these superstars like Stone Cold, The Rock. I could be wrong, but I did see a lot of great superstars and seeing their moves and everything that they do, and I'm just like, wow, what is this? Like, I want to learn more, and I've been hooked since then.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. I man, you bringing back memories. The Silver Fist on SmackDown being above the entrance. That was definitely something. Those are some great times I will never forget. And yeah. So, who were some of your favorites you enjoyed watching growing up?
Growing up watching, the number one person that really truly made me like want to understand wrestling even more is Sting. Because yes, I did watch WWE, but I also watched like TNA during 2006 when Sting came back to TNA. It came from retirement, and I was like, who is this guy? Like with the white face paint and the black face paint. He was just everything. He had that charisma. He had that athletic ability, and I wanted to learn more. And watching his past WCW matches and seeing his evolution, that's what made me want to understand wrestling even more. So Sting will forever be my number one ever.
Okay, okay. Sting. I grew up watching Sting, and it's because I grew up when he had the buzz cut, the blonde buzz cut, like looking like a surfer guy, and then he went from the
Oh
blonde
yeah.
buzz cut to brown hair, and then he went from the brown hair to like the Crow character. So it's just amazing just to see how he's evolved and the different characters that we've seen. And the greatest thing about it is he did it to go to WWE. He did most of his career. I mean, you know this, but he did. It's just amazing that he did most of. He was successful for most of his career without WWE. When every one of his other friends went, the Steiner brothers, Lex Luger, Diamond Dallas Page, Alan Nash, several people that started in WCW when they went over there, he stood by WCW until the end. That's he's definitely an amazing person. So, did you ever get to meet him?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Did you ever get?
Can you repeat the
Did you ever get
question?
to
I'm
meet Sting?
sorry. You got cut off.
I was like, did you ever get to meet Sting?
Oh yes, the first time I met Sting was back in 2018 or 2019. Oh my gosh, I was so starstruck. Like waiting in line, seeing him. The one thing I told myself was, please don't embarrass myself. And my legs were kind of shot.
That must have been something. It's always to meet your fellow. It's always something to
And
meet like
it
the
really
people
was
that you grew up.
something because before I waited in line, he answered my question during his panel at Starcast. And he recognized my voice too,
Wow. Okay.
because plus I told him that it was me, that what would happen if he won the WWE title, and he kind of like messed around with the question, make making it a little funny, and we both laughed about it, so it was great. And then another funny story to add, I saw him in Chicago and he recognized me while I was just eating a burrito, like getting ready for the Chicago Starcast.
Wow.
But it was only like a
Wow.
1 minute or 1 second conversation because he had to leave. But it was great.
Wow, that's cool that you got to meet him. I'm glad that you got to meet him. It's always something when you meet like the favorites you grew up watching. Like I'll never forget when I met Marty Jannetty from the Rockers, and I was like, I don't freak out when I see wrestlers. I try to keep my composure because I don't want to be that fan. But with Marty, I was
Yeah.
like, dude, you were like my first favorite tag team, and then it was like the American Males, and then the Hardys. You guys were like, wow, I just didn't like kind of like react. I wasn't crazy, but like I was just like, dude, like you're the man. I know how it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, I I was kind of I was almost the same way when I met Buff Bagwell because I was a fan of the American Males with him and Scotty Riggs. But I was a bit more calm. I was like, dude, you guys were like my favorite tag team of the mid '90s, man. Like I enjoyed watching you guys wrestle and win the tag team titles and whatnot. And I asked him if they'd ever reunite and all that stuff. And funny thing is, a year after that, they have a picture of them together. So yeah, that's something. But I gotta say, man, California. Speaking of wrestling, like California, y'all got a hell of a wrestling scene, man. Like y'all, to me, like y'all just got this big gold mine out there that nobody even bothers to touch. Like, because y'all, and what I mean is like y'all got like men and women out there that are like larger than life. Went to although she's based in Las Vegas. When I went to that first show that I saw you at Dark Arts, yeah, this woman, the woman Zoe Dubois that came out with Kid Bandit, that was his tag team partner, who we've actually had on the show. Um, she was larger than life. Like her character was like she incorporated her ballet stances with her wrestling, and I was like, this woman needs this is gonna go places. She needs to be signed. She needs to make appearances over here on the East Coast because I'm in New York right now. And yeah, I was just taken away by how great she was in the ring. And Kid Bandit too. Kid Bandit when he first graduated from Nightmare Factory, he was
Oh
like,
yeah.
people were talking about his hair, and I was like, yeah, the hair looks cool, but I want to know what his story is. And we had him on the show too. And then all of a sudden afterward, he just started blowing up.
Kid Bandit's
Yeah. So,
amazing.
oh yeah, yeah. So, what are some of your favorite promotions you like watching over in California? Like I saw you at Dark Arts. I saw you at Pandemonium. And then I saw you. And let me tell you, man, hey, for somebody that's small, I'm not making fun of you, but for somebody that's small, you got a lot of energy, man. I was like, then
No, it's not offensive at all. I should take it as a compliment.
yeah, I got Ellie Wrestling Chick was like, "Oh, that's Wendy." I'm like, I gotta have her on the show, man. I gotta have her on the show.
Aw.
And I actually had Ellie Wrestling. I actually had her on like a couple days ago. Another great person as well. And I remember,
Oh yeah,
and you could be
wrestling
a bit of a
chick.
spitfire
She's
too.
fantastic.
You could be a bit of a spitfire too, because I remember at Santino Bros the next day, I was like, I made this little joke. I was like, "Are you stalking me?" And you're like, "Oh no, are you stalking me?" I'm like, "Okay, my bad. I'm just kidding. Don't kill me. I mean,
Yeah, like no, you're the one who's stalking me. I didn't do nothing.
yeah." But yeah, your like favorite promotions that you like to check out in California.
I
That
don't have a
that I
favorite
check out.
promotion, but Dark Arts was there for the first time and I had to check it out. Also Relentless because I've never been there because they're usually Washington or East Coast promotion. I could be wrong. Base. So making their first time appearance in California, I knew it was a once in a lifetime opportunity and I just had to take it for both of those promotions. But Pandemonium, I have been
Okay.
to Pandemonium before. Great promotion, a lot of fun, and I am so happy to see their growth happened during Collective. And there are other promotions I go to as well. There's GCW, there's Millennium Pro Wrestling, MPW, there's Santino Bros, there's SoCal Pro, there's Level Up in San Diego. Um, there's just championship wrestling in Irvine. Um, and I know Winner Circle will be next Friday in Chino. And MPW, I know I already said in Chatsworth. Um, sometimes there's pro wrestling in Burbank. I mean, there's just a lot of wrestling happening everywhere. VXS, I cannot forget VXS. Those are the few promotions that like treat me like family, and I love being part of that family. That's what makes it special to me and in my heart.
That's cool. That's
as well as
cool.
PCW Ultra.
But I gotta say, just that's a you really gotta check that one out. The one person I know from there is Viva Van. I know of, not the. I mean, I don't know, like she and I are not like we don't know each other, but I know of her, and I've heard nothing but great things about it. I know Jacob Fatu's been there. I think he was a champion over there. I think Hammerstone was a champion over there at one point too. So I've heard a lot of great about PCW Ultra as well.
Oh yeah, they have a great, like, not only great fan base, but they have like good wrestling matches as well.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Oh, and I
Yeah.
cannot forget Hud Slam in North Cal. Speaking of that, sorry if I interrupted you. Can't forget Hud Slam in North Cal,
Okay.
West Coast Pro, Agua, Underground Wrestling Alliance. They're NorCal base, and they're the other three promotions that treat me like family, and I love it.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Um, I've heard of Hood Slam. Hood Slam, that's brothers, right?
Hood Slam is basically what it is. It's the accidental phenomenon. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you
Yeah.
have amazing talent over
Yeah.
there
I
in
think that's
Hood
what it is. Like
Slam. You
y'all, like
have Dark Sheik, you have Milo, you have Drugs Bunny, you have Anton Voorhees, Caution, the Caution, Dark Sheik, and Anton Voorhees. I already said the Stoner Brothers, um, and a lot. The Chupacabra, of course, can't forget him. Brittany Wonder, amazing girl, amazing woman. You'll see. Oops, you'll see. Viper says as well, and you'll just see a lot of crazy, like crazy to life characters that you guys will love, and person as
that's what I
well.
like. That's what I like about the California scene. You see a lot of people that you would probably see in WWE or AEW. Like you guys have a guy named Pooh Jack, who's like a cross between Winnie the Pooh and New Jack. You guys have a guy named Serial Man. I'm like, shoots. That's like some like cool stuff, man. That's some cool stuff. But when I went to California this past like last year, like not last year, last month, I knew what I was getting into with the wrestling shows, and I was excited because I went to a wrestling show once, like almost 8 years ago. It was in Southgate in Los Angeles. It was AWS, and that's where I first saw Shotzi Blackheart in like live before she got signed by WWE. Way before she got signed by WWE, and I enjoyed that show, and I was so like impressed by how like men and women were. I was like, yo, anybody might want to check out wrestling in California. It's a different vibe. Yeah. So did you go to WrestleMania this year, or did you just watch it on TV?
No, I went to WrestleMania this year. I went to night 1 and night 2.
Okay, what'd you think of it?
It was a great show, and I'm one of those people that didn't like the ending of night 2. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, I was hoping that Cody would have picked up. Um, but I guess they have a reason as to why it's that way. But my thing is,
Yeah.
you know, if not Cody, then who? I mean, who else are they gonna put? I mean, are they gonna have him feud with Randy Orton when he comes back? Are they gonna have him feud with who's this other guy? Bobby Lashley? I mean, what's next for Roman Reigns? Because he's went through everybody. I mean, are they gonna redo him and Seth Rollins? I mean, it would do that, but what are they gonna do? Like, what's the end game?
I don't know, but
That's what
Roman's
I'm
been
wondering.
champion for too long, and I've been bored with it the whole time. That's just my opinion. But but seeing Cody's entrance during WrestleMania, wow, I was so starstruck. And I actually met him in 2008 or 2019. Oh, I'm sorry, 2018, 2019 as well during StarCast. Great guy, really great guy. But I hope Cody will one day win the WWE title. That is my hoping within WWE. That is the only thing I'm asking. Is one day he will win the title. So I guess you could say I'm Team Cody. I'm Team Cody.
Hey, I've been a fan of Cody's too. Of Cody's too. I've always been a fan from the first time. From the first time he made his debut in WWE, like back in 2007, I was a fan of his, and I always believed in him. Even when my best friend was saying, one of my best friends was saying, "Cody Rhodes sucks." I'm like, dude, he's 22 years old. He's just starting. You can't say he sucks already. Like he just started. Same thing with you know who else is gonna be great soon too. You know what else is gonna be great? Dominic Mysterio. Watch and see. Watch and see. He's gonna be that
Yeah,
guy.
you just gotta give superstars
Maybe
a chance. Like you just have to see a couple of their matches, see the stories or see whatever, and basically just give it time. And if you still don't like them, okay, at least you have a reason
yeah,
why
you gotta
because you watched.
yeah. Yeah,
Like for
yeah,
me,
definitely.
I like
You
Cody
gotta give them
because
time.
he's very well rounded. Like like after WWE, he went to a lot of independent stuff before AEW. And during AEW, to me, he did a lot of few things. And then after AEW, now he's in WWE doing his own thing once again. He's just well rounded.
Yeah, yeah, and he's gonna get that belt soon. There's no denying. He's definitely gonna get it
Oh
soon.
yeah, no. One
I
day
could
he
definitely see it.
will. He will. And I will be so happy the day Roman loses the titles. That is my sunshine to the kingdom, as they say. Pun intended. I don't
So,
know
what
if
do you
that was
think
a
of the Usos losing the
pun
tag
or
team
not,
titles?
but I'm glad I went with it.
So, what do you think of the Usos losing the tag team titles?
I was happy as a clam. I was happy as a clam,
Yeah, I think.
especially like for those that don't know, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I don't remember if they were a tag team or not, but I knew they were opponents at PWG, like the original PWG and the one in Reseda. And
Oh yeah.
seeing that history
Mm-hmm.
transpiring to WWE, because I have a friend of mine who's in the UK showing me the two pictures, like the one in Reseda and the one in WWE right now. Seeing that comparison and seeing how those two, how far how far they've come, and winning the tag team titles together on that night. Oh man, that just it brought me a little tear, a little happy tear. As the old saying goes, you can never forget where you come from. And that to me was that moment. You can't forget where you came from.
But
Hello?
they were a tag team in Ring of Honor. As a matter of fact, they were the
I had Ring of
I'm
Honor
sorry,
as
my
well. Yeah,
bad.
you're right. You're right. Right.
Yeah, yeah, you were right. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, or Kevin Owens and El Generico, they were a tag team in Ring of Honor,
Ring of
and
Honor and PWG.
they even had the
Okay.
tag team titles over there. So yeah, yeah, I'm glad they actually won those titles. And like I said, I always had a joke where I always used to make this joke, and hopefully next time when you're on here, you'll meet Kathy and Rob. They'll tell you um, that I always had this theory that when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn signed their WWE contracts, they put that clause in there that said they will not hold the tag team titles with anybody else but each other. They will not hold those tag team titles unless it's with each other. I think they put that clause in there. And now look at them. Because if you look at it, Kevin Owens had several alliances. He was tag team partners with Chris Jericho. And Sami Zayn had tag team partners, several tag team partners as well. He even had
Yeah.
he was part of the bloodline. And they went out, they had tag team title shots, but they never won the titles until
Hmm.
they came together. So yeah.
It was
Um,
destiny.
yeah. That was as good as when another favorite tag team of mine, the major players, Kurt Hawkins, well, look at me calling them the guys by the WWE names. Brian Myers and Matt Cardona, who were known as Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder respectively at that time, won titles from the revival. So yeah,
Yeah, it just goes
so
to show that tag team
so
wrestling can be special.
oh yeah, it definitely could. So I gotta ask, so you're also a podcaster. You also have a podcast. I think you're part of two podcasts. So tell us a bit about them.
They sometimes have me on as their guest, but like the it's totally them because one is wrestling enthusiast and the other
Okay.
one is pro wrestling live or pro wrestling enforcement. Sorry, they're two buddies of mine. Their podcasts belong to them.
Okay.
The reason I put one
Oh, okay,
half is
okay,
because
okay.
sometimes they put me on their show. Sometimes just to get my opinions like or to share what matches are coming within the week.
Okay. Well, just a heads up, miss. We tend to bring our 15 minutes of fandom guests back on our shows for our predictions episodes or our topics episodes. So don't go too far. We tend to have them back as well too. So I already told LA Wrestle Chick that I want to have her back on for one of our topics episodes as well. So she's already on our radar. So yeah, we tend to
Oh well.
because the thing we
Oh, well,
yeah
I
the
was
thing
gonna say sorry if I interrupted you. Like I'm a DM away, a phone call away.
because we're yeah, because we're big on like, action and so on. That's why we call ourselves the Wrestling Fans Podcast. It's one of the reasons why, because we like to include the fans in certain topics, and that's one of them. Like we had the top 10, our top 10 best trios, the top 10 best trios. We each, myself, Kathy, and Rob, each gave our top 10 best trios in honor of AEW making the trios championship, and we had one of our past guests from who was in Texas, and he was on here too. So, giving his opinions on who's the top 10, on giving his list of top 10 best trios. So, yeah, we tend to do that at times.
Oh, nice. Well, I know my favorite trio of all time in independent
Yeah,
wrestling is Thressy, Dark Sheik, Effie, and Alley Catch. That's my favorite trio.
okay. Yeah, I forgot who
And
Thrusty
second
is.
favorite trio, SGC with Mance Warner, Matthew Justice, Matthew Justice, shout out. Hope you have a good recovery. And One Man Manders. They're my second favorite trio.
Ooh, that's a hard hitting tag team. I don't know much about Justice, but I could tell you like Mendes looks like a tough guy.
He's
I've seen
tough
some.
as they come. He's crazy. He's a crazy mofo, to
I've
put
seen
it
clips of his matches.
lightly.
I've seen clips of his matches, and then I know about Mance Warner. He's another one. I'm like, jeez, that guy is something else.
SGC is crazy, but really great guys.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's a crazy trio right there. So what was I gonna say? Oh, so yeah, GCW man, like they were doing it big in California. The collective was definitely, in my opinion, was a success. I saw a lot of what was your favorite collective?
Favorite what?
What
Can
favorite
you
show in the
repeat that? You
collective?
got cut off.
I'm sorry. What was your favorite show in the collective?
Oh, that's a toughie because all 12 shows were great. But my number one to me is Effie's Big Gay Brunch. That would be my number one. It will always be my number one show.
Yeah. Speaking of Effie, man, that Dark Sheik, first time I saw Dark Sheik, I was like, wow, like that they can go. They can definitely go in that ring.
She's
I was like impressed.
amazing. Her outfits and her cosplays are amazing, and her moves, it's just fantastic. She's just amazing. She is what she is. She is the master mold, the mother brain, the high priestess of the Church of Wrestling. Like, it's not just like a nickname. It's something that she, in my opinion, it's what she embodies. To me, she understands wrestling, and that's what makes her special.
That's cool. That's cool. So are
Can you repeat that, please?
sorry.
Can you repeat that, please? You got cut off.
Uh, are you thinking about attending it, or are you gonna?
I can't hear you. Hello, Remy?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Are
Sorry, everybody. We are having some technical difficulties. Hopefully, we can fix them soon. Hello, Remy. Well, while Remy gets everything situated, I'll tell my story of how I got into independent wrestling. I got into independent wrestling because of GCW back, and I attended their first show in
Hey, can you hear me?
2018. Oh, yeah. I can hear you. Hello?
Yeah,
Can you
I'm
hear
here.
me?
I'm here.
Okay, I was just telling everybody that I got into independent wrestling because of GCW, and I attended their first show back in 2018, 2019. Of I think the title was called Joey Janela's Escape from LA. Hopefully, we get the technical difficulties fixed. But I did have a lot of fun at WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. Hopefully, we get the technical difficulties situated.
Hey, I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I know how technical difficulties are.
So what I was asking was, so from home.
I'm sorry, what?
Be going? Are you gonna go to? Sorry.
Uh,
So are you gonna go to WrestleMania um next
Oh,
year
in
in
Philadelphia?
Philadelphia? Or are you just gonna?
Maybe. Maybe. It depends. That one is a maybe. For WrestleMania in Philadelphia, maybe. That one's a maybe.
You were saying?
I was saying is for WrestleMania in Philadelphia next year, that one is a maybe.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Side because I when these and once again for those of y'all listening and watching, we apologize for the technical difficulties. For those of y'all that followed us long enough, this y'all know this is not how we are.
Yeah, technical difficulties will always happen no matter what. But it's okay. It happens.
But in regards to professional wrestling,
Hello?
yeah. Have you ever thought about getting involved in professional wrestling yourself?
There were times, yeah. There were times, yeah, like I do want to get involved.
Okay, because you have that energy. I could see like a manager or something, or a ring
Thank you.
announcer, or even a wrestler. You never know. I was like, yeah, the energy you had, man, was crazy.
Thank you. It's just me being myself, me being my authentic, unapologetic, passionate self.
Yeah, man, that was definitely cool. But I just gotta say, thank you once again. Thank you once again, Wendy, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be
Yeah,
on our
no
show and talk
problem.
about
Happy to be
wrestling.
here.
And once again, I apologize about the technical difficulties. I guarantee one of our episodes or our topics episodes, we will definitely, we will definitely it won't be like this. I can tell you that right now. It will not be like this. It's just that
And I'd
I'm
be
doing it from
happy
my
to be
computer.
back whenever you want me back. I'm just a DM or phone
Yeah,
call away.
awesome. So, with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. But before we shut down, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling or when they want some advice on what promotions in California, what shows they should check out if they're not from California?
Oh, the show. I already mentioned the promotions and shows everyone should check out in California. But for those that are interested in wrestling, there's MPW School, there's SoCal Pro School, there's VWE, Venue Wrestling Entertainment, which is another school. Santino Bros is a school in LA, and Level Up Pro is a school in San Diego. I definitely recommend everyone to check those out. And outside promotions, ooh, I know there's a lot of East Coast shows that people can check out, like freelance wrestling, ICW, Beyond Wrestling, uh, Texas Pro. I think that's what it's called, Texas Pro. With Mission Pro. Sorry, Mission Pro. I mean,
Oh,
there's
Mission
just
Pro,
too
yeah,
many shows to name, and I'm doing my best to try to name them all.
awesome. One I would definitely recommend you check out. I don't know if you heard of them, but if you have and you've seen them, you got great taste. Capital Championship Wrestling (CCW). They actually have a show tonight. They actually had a
CCW.
show
Oh yeah,
tonight. Yeah, yeah. So I would definitely
it's so
recommend them
good.
as well. So where can
It's
fans find
so
you on
good.
social media? So where can fans find you on
Where
social
people can
media when
find
they
me on
want to talk
social
wrestling?
media is only Instagram at Wendy Mendez 3. And that's the only social media I have because Twitter can be such a cesspool. But I still find news there. So
Yeah, it can be toxic over there. Let's keep it a buck.
yeah,
It can be toxic.
that's why I
So
don't have it, because I don't have time to deal with trolls and ignorant people that just don't want to understand wrestling. So I'm just like, all right, you do you, I do me, and that's that. We go our separate ways.
that's a whole other story. Trust me, I know it all too well.
I know,
But
believe me, trust me, I know.
for those y'all watching, make sure you follow this woman. She's incredible, great fan.
Thank you.
Definitely has a lot of.
You're
And
incredible
if
too.
y'all want to follow me on social media, I try. I do. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at DRemyBlue. You can also find me on Facebook at that's about it for me. But our podcast is on social media. We're on Instagram, Ringside Society, Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group, and we also have a Teespring store where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, we have tank tops, hoodies, sweatshirts, even coffee mugs for your favorite warm. It's just check us out. We got a lot of cool designs. All proceeds from those sales go back into keeping our show afloat. They do not go back into our pockets. We're also on Spotify. Last but not least, we're also on YouTube, where you can see a lot of cool interviews like this one, like the one we had with Ellie Wrestle Chick. That's in our 15 minutes of fandom series. We have like Anakin Rosa, who is the son of Thunder Rosa. That's right, the son of Thunder Rosa, who also wrestles. Rebecca J. Scott, Caitlin Marie, and several other great men and women, circuit like and the foundation. Definitely check us out. All you gotta do is type in Ringside Society, and once you see that really beautiful dark blue and light blue yin yang sound with the blue films around it, that's when you know it's us. You check out our YouTube channel, subscribe to our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. You don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. And as a matter of fact, I had my dinner, my belly is full, I'm happy as a clown. Not that I am a clown. I'm gonna tell y'all right now that we actually have a show coming up tomorrow, and our guest is going to be none other than Diego de la Cruz from La Familia in that's
Ooh.
based in everything. which is ran by T. Will definitely out tomorrow. That's gonna be a 7 o'clock time. In the middle, it's gonna be 6 o'clock for y'all. So definitely check us out. And we got a lot of we
Exciting.
got a lot of more cool videos coming up. So trust me, you want to stay tuned because you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. We really and truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could and should listen to, and we will not stop doing that. To those of y'all that are listening later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we just go away. Well, like myself at a Golden Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. And with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that myself, Rob Bass, my co-host, Kathy Knight, my other co-host, we're all very well aware that everybody and the grandparents and the parents of a podcast. We're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of, we're not a podcast. Hashtag, we are not the same. Said on the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for fellow ring fan who's based over, in Los Angeles, California, but she has so much energy when she yells. We hear her all the way over here in Brooklyn, New York. Wendy Mendez. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And with that being said, we'll be back tomorrow with another impressive guest on another impressive episode. But until then, we just have 4 favors for us, for you to do for us. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.